We've got a sleeping cat. But at least she has good taste in blankets.
Well, hello there, everybody. I'm Photo Dave, and I hope you're all having fun. I hope you're all out there just shindigging it, having a good time, enjoying the figures, enjoying whatever hobby you're into. Because if we're not enjoying the hobby, why is it the hobby? In fact, I've seen a lot of YouTube channels lately where I've been watching and trying to figure out where people are coming from and all that, just sort of a research deal. And a lot of them seem almost miserable. Like, you guys actually having fun with this whole thing? I mean, really having fun? Because if not, maybe you should think about getting yourself another hobby. I don't know. That's what I got for that. The little beginning of this video. So now it's time for the reason you clicked on the video in the first place. It's time for the question of the day. And today's question is, what is your favorite action figure line of all time? Okay, wait, hang on. All right, here it is. I haven't really scripted anything, but I did kind of think of what the 4 contenders are. The first one is Generation 1 Transformers. I love them. I grew up with them. Peter Cullen will always be the irreplaceable voice of Optimus Prime to me. But really, if you think about it objectively, if you think of it as an action figure line, G1 Transformers, while awesome and while insanely nostalgic and while being a series that will always hold a special place in whatever collecting heart I've got, it's not a very good action figure line. Don't throw things. Don't throw things. Sometimes things come through the screen and they hurt. But yeah, I don't think I can go with that one. Sadly enough. Okay, trying to keep this objective, trying to think out my rationale before I get too crazy with the whole recording. Okay, the number 2 contender is G.I. Joe, a real American hero. Now, if you grew up with G1 Transformers, chances are you grew up with G.I. Joe as well. And man, that was a great line. The figures moved way better than any other 3 3/4 inch figures at the time, which was, I mean, the big one at the time was Star Wars still. That was chugging along a bit. But the figures were just so much more movable. The vehicles were awesome. Yeah. G.I. Joe's tough. As an action figure line, if I look at it back then, it was a lot of fun as a kid to play with, but it was insanely frustrating when, like, thumbs and crotch pieces would break. Yeah. You don't want those things breaking. No. Real life. Not good. So I don't know. We're going to keep G.I. Joe in there for now, but we've got a couple others too. I shouldn't do things like that. It scares the kids. I think the next one might be, and this is kind of a dark horse, most people probably wouldn't say this, Transformers Cybertron. I really liked those figures. I liked those toys. They transform, obviously, being Transformers, especially a main Hasbro line, but they were still sturdy at the time, and I don't know if you've caught some of my other videos, but the Transformers I recently picked up, they don't feel sturdy. They don't feel like they're well-engineered from Hasbro. And so, yeah, I don't know. Cybertron, though, it felt sturdy. They felt strong. They were a great figure line. They had really cool gimmicks. You could move them around. Their designs, man, I just love their designs. I thought Cybertron was far cooler than I think most people give it credit for. So there's that one. So right now we have G.I. Joe, a real American hero, and we have Transformers Cybertron. Really, there's only one other potential contender as far as I'm concerned. And that contender, ladies and gentlemen, is Marvel Legends. Yes, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, that wasn't what I had when I was a kid and all that. we gotta try and remove some of the nostalgia if we're actually talking about what we think the best action figure line is. I know we can't totally remove the nostalgia, that would be tricky. Marvel Legends was the second line because I have to give the first to Spider-Man Classics, but it was the second line to really give you ultra posable, awesome action figures. I mean, as far as figures were concerned, Marvel Legends was it as far as what they could do. As a line, the fact that they've been going since what 2022 or 2002. This is the 20th anniversary of Marvel Legends. So they've been going for a long time. They've given us tons of characters. They've always had this ridiculous articulation. And most of them, many of them, I guess when we're talking Marvel in general, a lot of us know the characters. So we have that kind of instant connection with them too. So now I have to think, is it G.I. Joe a real American hero? Is it Transformers Cybertron? Or is it Marvel Legends? For me, this is a thought process I'm really having to go through a bit. I'll come back with the answer. Okay, I had time to think about it. And I'm going Marvel Legends. And here's why. I loved G.I. Joe as a kid, but things would break and it would drive me crazy. The world building aspect with vehicles and bases and everything was really cool, but the one thing that always drove me, that's always driven me, is characterization. And G.I. Joe had some great characters, but it kind of made, like G.I. Joe, for me, the figures were more important than the vehicles. The vehicles were huge, they were a big deal, but nothing compared to like the characterization of a character like Flint or Lady J or Cobra Commander or Destro or any of those. Like the character is what's really important to me. And the figures moved really well. So that's why I'm not really giving it to G.I. Joe, a real American hero, whereas I am giving it to Legends. They might not have tons of vehicles, but they've got all kinds of characters with all kinds of well-established character. Now, as for Transformers Cybertron, I really dug those figures. There's no doubt. But when we're talking about really moving and all that good stuff, they just don't have what Legends does. So, yeah, that one was tough. But I had to think about it, and I had to try and be as objective as possible. So, yeah, there you go. P.S. The cat's still somehow miraculously sleeping through all this. So anyway, that's mine. Marvel Legends takes the top spot for action figure line of all time for me. How about you? Let me know in the comments, and if you're digging the videos, you know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Share even if you're feeling generous and crazy. And other than that, I got nothing. So have fun and happy collecting. See ya.